Hello and welcome back to Behind the Screen. I'm your host, Cinnabad, and I'm here with returning guest HN Films
Up, Goon Squad?
and new guest. You may recognize him from Is It Peak? Hres.
What's up?
Just as a pick, bro.
Is It Peak is over. It's done. We're not fucking with that anymore.
It's done? What?
Just
Been done
joking.
for like years, bro.
Hey, this was not news to drop at the beginning of a podcast, but whatever. Go ahead.
It's not done, but yeah. Okay, I guess so we're here to talk about Stranger Things season 5, volume 2, episodes 5 through 7. Kind of just want to start at just what you guys thought of the episodes we got.
You go first, Rose.
I thought it was pretty good in the moment. I honestly thought the first two episodes were actually pretty excellent. I've seen some people a little bit lukewarm on chapter 5, but I thought that was pretty good. It had some hype and aura moments. It kind of progressed the plot pretty well. Episode 7, I think I've seen some people, between us, that I've seen some praise, but I'm personally not feeling it. But that's with the whole context of this being, the second to last episode of the entire show. It just didn't really feel like that. And I've seen a lot of people online. Well, we'll talk about it more, but I've seen a lot of people online talking about chapter 8 of season 4. They were saying that felt a lot more like a hyped up penultimate episode, and they're comparing it to chapter 7 of season 5, and it just doesn't feel that way. And I agree, kind of soured the whole thing a little bit for me, but I'm curious to hear what you guys think.
Well, the word I've chosen to describe my thoughts on these episodes is frustrated, because there's plenty of stuff I do like, but it's just surrounded by so much fucking bullshit, and it feels like these episodes aren't like that long. They're all like about an hour, except episode 6 is like 15 minutes longer. But it just feels so dragged out. But at the same time, it feels like nothing's fucking happened, and also there's a lot of ground to cover still in the finale. And there were just many moments where I was highly confused as to why they were doing shit. And also, the show has way too many characters now.
I would say I liked it a lot. Like of the rest of the show, I like. There were issues I had with it that I don't think I've ever had with the show before, but it still feels like the show to me. I thought it was pretty excellent. I thought episodes 6 and 7, 6 I had some issues with, but I thought they
Six,
were
7.
excellent episodes. And yeah, I really liked it despite some issues I had with it. I don't really understand the reaction online from the episodes, acting like it's like the show is completely over now or something. It just doesn't make much sense to me.
I think people are being a bit ridiculous with the extremeness of their hating. They're acting like this is the worst season ever. I don't think it's that bad, but I also think these 3 episodes are not only not as good as the previous ones, but also like I feel like overall this season is looking pretty weak. I can't lie.
There's one moment in episode 7, which we'll talk about later, where I do agree with how overreactive the haters are. I do agree very much with them. But yeah, I kind of agree. I mean, people are acting like I'm seeing people saying it's Game of Thrones level bad ending, which we all know is not really true at all. Like, you have to fuck up a lot of other things to make it Game of Thrones season 8 bad. So yeah.
I could see the comparison to like Game of Thrones season 5, maybe, where it's still
Yeah.
the show, but you like kind of see the cracks in the foundation a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Maybe it's
mean,
just because the
yeah.
previous seasons were like pretty damn good, so to have a drop of quality, maybe not that intense, but regardless,
season
people
3.
are like, yeah, exactly.
I would say if this season just hypothetically ended right now and we just pretend the finale is like an average finale for the show, I'd probably put it like somewhere between like 2 and 1, probably, which is those are the bottom 2 for me. That's where I
Come
kind of
on,
put
can't.
it. Well, but I love season 4 and 3 the most, interchangeably. So for me, that's you know, but yeah,
I'll be that guy and say that if it ended right now, if it had an average finale, I think it'd still be up there for me a little bit. Like, just because the first 3 episodes are a lot better than the snooze fest that was the first 3 episodes of season 4, which it's no secret. I don't despise them, but I think they're probably some of the weakest intros the show has ever been. But there are some cracks that we do need to talk about.
Yeah, I think if the finale is good, then this will be my second least favorite season ahead of season 3, which is for worst. But if the finale is somehow like not good, then this could be the worst season for me.
If the finale is like the best episode of the show, like I'm probably gonna put it at like at least number this is my second favorite season still because I don't think there's like a bad episode. I feel like the weakest so far is probably 5 and 1, and there's still like good episodes I think. So I wouldn't like. There's not enough bad for me to like really knock on it if the finale is excellent.
Yeah, I think the worst episodes of this season are still just like kind of mid overall. Like none of them are really that bad. So yeah,
I don't think this show has a lot of. I don't think it has really any bad episodes. I mean,
I can think
there's
of a
the Lost
few.
Sister, there's the Lost Sister, but everything else has been kind of really good at minimum. But maybe that's just
I
glaze. I don't know.
think
I
the
did.
first,
Yeah.
I think the first 2 episodes of season 3 are low key like dog shit.
All right. You're wrong, so it's all right.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't agree at all. I think those are like those episodes kind of feel like a sitcom in like a good way. I like how they're just like all kind of hanging out. I just really dig the vibe of those first 2 episodes of season 3.
I'd describe those first 2 episodes of season 3, and I know this isn't a season 3 podcast, but just to keep the convo going, I'd say they're a little bit imbalanced, which season 2 also kind of was, but in a different way. I think it's those first 2 episodes were like a nice reminder that these are still high schoolers, teenagers, or middle schoolers, whatever they are, just trying to have fun. It kind of reminds us of what they really are. I think that's pretty good. This season, and maybe season 4 to some extent, it's just kind of not really much of that, or kind of tropey when it comes to that.
We can probably get into like what you guys thought of each episode, starting with episode 5, the shock and shock. What did you like? What stood out to you, and what did you not like about the
The
episode?
Steve Dustin fight scene was fucking awesome.
Yep.
It was very necessary, yeah, because Dustin's been kind of acting like a meathead, and I mean, we kind of knew why to some extent. Everyone knew he was still grieving Eddie. The first episode is him still trying to pick fights because people are still calling Eddie, spawn of Satan, King Von stuff. But I think it was pretty needed. It was a very nice scene, and we all low key agree with what Steve said about Eddie.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
Yeah, it
He was
was
spitting.
true. I mean, it was kind of true, but it's pretty funny that Steve would do the same thing. He would totally sacrifice himself just to look like a hero. I don't think he would do anything different than Eddie in that
oh
situation if he was there
yeah,
instead.
you could count like on two hands the amount of times Steve has kind of wanted to be a martyr, across the whole show. It's definitely in character for him to do that stuff.
Steve is cool and he would have survived that situation.
He probably would because of plot armor.
Sure.
I was gonna say I also like the scene previous to that where Dustin is explaining Return of the Jedi, and Steve says it's his favorite one, and he says, "Yeah, kids love that one, so it tracks." That was pretty funny.
Pull back to
Uh,
season 3.
I kind
Yeah.
of I kind of like how much Henry we got. Still not a ton, but it was nice seeing him. I guess kind of throw Will out of the hive mind and chasing them down. And I think that's the same episode where he showed Derek all these visions of his dead parents, which is kind of fucked up because
His bitch
Derek's like,
sister.
yeah, that was kind of a stray that wasn't necessary. But I think it was pretty cool, and I think hype or moments. I think people kind of hate that term, but that's kind of what this episode had a lot of.
Will is the best character of this episode, I reckon, by a landslide.
Yeah. I also
Yeah,
really
but
liked yeah, I would say the 2 scenes we've gone so far of Will like taking over Vecna's powers have been really cool. Really liked like how they're doing that scene at the end of 5 with him like speaking through Vecna's body. I thought was pretty cool.
It looked fucking silly, but I'm fine with it.
yeah, because Vecna's tendrils got all weird and perky when he was saying, the run part. It was it was really gross, but it was pretty damn cool. I'm kind of I still don't understand some of the mindscape stuff, like how Will got trapped in some other gooey part of Henry's mind, but I'm just rolling with it, honestly.
I don't think the Duffers know either.
I think like Vecna put him there. That's like that's Will's like most traumatic memory involving Vecna, like when he was putting his thing in
Oh,
his throat.
I see. Yeah, yeah.
His thing.
It,
Yeah, I
It's
don't know the whatever it's called, the
it's
vine.
kind of understated how, like, in a good way, this season kind of went off the deep end when it comes to like mindscapes. Like you have literally Max traversing a mindscape within a mindscape within a mindscape. Like it sounds like, this sounds silly. It sounds like something you would see out of an anime, in my opinion. Like it's kind of stupid when you describe it out loud, but it works and it's really fun and cool. So
And I was getting kind of bored of it, especially by episode 6. I feel like the Max and Holly running around thing pretty much could have been wrapped up in episode 5 because at the end of that episode, Vecna's like got him MMA escape. But then it takes until the end of the next episode for them to get out. And it just feels a bit like, all right, we get it.
Yeah. I would also in episode 5, I really liked when Lucas and Erica both had their own plans to like get Will to tap back into the eye mind. It was just like a small thing, but I really like the scenes where they're like brainstorming.
I was gonna just say that Erica plan. We saw absolutely none of it until like maybe the middle of the next episode or something. I swear.
Start
Yeah,
of
I think
episode
so.
7.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I think Mr. Clark is only there in episode 7. Maybe at the end of Sits is when they knock on his door.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's banging the librarian.
What a score.
Well, what about, you guys have any negatives about chapter 5?
I can't even remember what happens in that episode, to be frank.
Well, I guess you were right. That's your negative, right? You said that the Holly Max stuff could have been wrapped up there.
Yeah, that stuff, absolutely. And just the fact that Holly has quite a bit too much screen time, if you ask me. Like, I like her being a focus, but she's just in the show a bit too much. And
I
my main
don't
problem with episode 5, and obviously the rest of the volume, is the lost sister herself.
I really like Holly, not gonna lie. I don't much complaints for having too much of her. I would say I really don't like that they're dragging out the Henry like flashback stuff that's gonna be in the finale. I feel like, well, there's the stuff in the play that should already be revealed by now. I don't like, a big twist is gonna be something that most people are already aware of because of the play. So that kind of like annoys me.
Well, yeah, they had a bit in episode 6, I think it was, where he's in like this cave and he unlocks this box which has some mind flayer shit in it. And then it cuts, so
Yeah.
they're like, okay, in the finale, they're just gonna save it to the last episode just to say that he's possessed by the mind flayer. Like, okay.
That would be
Yeah.
kind
Okay.
of, I don't know. Like, do you guys, this is a good thing to, I guess, maybe talk about briefly. But we're gonna be talking about it later when we talk about predictions for the finale. But do you guys like the idea of Henry being the ultimate evil, or do you guys like it when it's like the whole existential, what's it called, Lovecraftian entity from another world that's really pulling the strings? Like, what do you guys prefer?
I prefer just what we already had established at the end of season 4. Vecna/Henry is kind of in control of everything, and now they're trying to like change it for some reason.
I kind of like it more when it's like a mysterious sci-fi like the Mind Flayer. I think that's cooler narratively. I don't mind Vecna being in control of it all, but I guess there was something cooler about the Mind Flayer. Actually, it's just like the Mind Flayer doesn't have any motives. It's just like a entity doing whatever it needs to do.
I I,
That
I kind
sounds
of
pretty boring to me.
I kind of agree with you about the Mind Flayer being the big bad sounding cool, but the fact that we've ping ponged away from him after season 4, like monumentally, is season 4 revealing so much about not only Eleven's origins, but the upside down and everything. Like, it feels a little cop outish if they were to just also ping pong back to the Mind Flayer for, he would be the villain for like a third season, the main villain in a third season. I don't know.
The
Yeah,
only thing I'm
if you
worried
want to do
about,
that, don't wait till the last fucking episode. Like, maybe set this
Yeah,
up, a few episodes beforehand.
the only thing I'm worried about with the Mind Flayer potentially being the big bad is them trying to redeem Henry. I don't really like the idea of that. It's just kind of stupid to me after what happened in season 4.
Yeah, he's got to go.
yeah. I've seen some people on, and I don't want to mention the Twitter sphere too much because they have some degree of unreliability and no literacy when it comes to stuff like this. But I've seen some of them complain that there's a lack of Henry redemption, and I'm just like, what? He's just a bad dude. Not every bad guy needs to be some misunderstood guy who maybe redeems himself and does the better thing in the end before dying. Like, that's just not something I'm interested in seeing here.
Yeah, well, you guys were lapping up that Billy redemption, so I don't know.
I
I
don't say
mean,
lapping it up. It's just like sad for Mats, I would say.
Sure, but Henry was like the spawn of Satan when he was a kid already, so I feel like he's a lost cause.
yeah, yeah. I'm still confused. I've read the plot details of the play. I'm not gonna talk about it here because I haven't paid much attention to it, and it could be maybe spoilers for the finale. But I still don't get the timeline for Henry. I don't get. I don't really care to get it. Like learning that he was in high school with Joyce and Karen. I'm like, okay, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid, but I think the main concept is that Brenner made him go to high school. Like that's after he already made contact with Brenner. He's trying to make him live a normal life.
I see.
I would say an issue I do have with five is I don't think it. I think if it's starting with the volume starting with five is kind of bad because it's like the first half is basically just part two of four. It just didn't flow very well to me. It just kind of felt. It didn't really feel like the show at first when it first started out.
I didn't really see that much with that. But I think maybe I'm kind of biased because you guys had to wait like what 2 weeks, a month for this to come out in between chapter
Yeah, it was about
four
a
and
month.
five. Yeah, and I waited like 6 hours. That's it, and I was asleep for most of those 6 hours, so I just kind of got up and started watching more. So
Felt like a pretty natural continuation to me.
Yeah, and I also thought it was funny. Lucas, they Stranger Things loves their callbacks, and he said faster. What is it called? Faster, bolder, better. Like the new Coke reference in season three.
Referencing like the worst scene ever. Good job.
come
I
on,
think it's
bro.
funny.
Yeah, I thought it was funny as well, but like, I don't know.
Yeah, we can go on episode six. The good and bad of episode six. What do you guys think?
Uh, well, I'm gonna start off with the bad first. This isn't even gonna mention the elephant in the room. It's mostly just gonna be I think Jonathan and Nancy should have died. I don't want to be that guy, but I think this was like the perfect, I don't know, goodbye for them. I think it would have been really consequential to see that after how like high octane the end of the previous episode was, where Nancy shoots the weird sphere thing that's not a generator. It's the whatever it is. I forgot what they call it exactly. It's like
Exotic matter.
yeah, like it's the thing that creates the wall, right? So without that, then it would just be a bunch of space sucking them out of there and probably killing them all, right?
Basically.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think it would have been good cuz now like I don't know who's going to die in the finale, but it's going to kind of feel a little bit too quick and maybe a little bit random. I don't know how they're going to write it, but I feel like this would have been perfect for them to at least one of them for to die. Kind of tragic and stuff, you know.
Maybe, but no one's dying, so
I think it would be obviously be like a better. I would say if they did die, like the scene would be more impactful, obviously. But I don't think it's really an issue. I think there have been numerous moments in the show where it felt even made even more sense for the characters to die. So I wasn't too upset at that because there was no way they would call up Nancy and Jonathan. Like I never expected that at all. So
Yeah. Do we know why the big thing stopped melting? The roof of that, like just conveniently. I'm not trying to be a CinemaSins right now, but it's just kind of funny how it just cooled itself off again and stopped melting everything around it at a pretty opportune time.
about it.
I think how that works is when they shot the exotic matter, it activated it, and that white stuff is like part of or it's like living organism. So when it's not activated, it like hardens. That's why I assume, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. Oh, and I guess going from that thing from that scene, what did y'all think of Jonathan and Nancy? That scene right there, where they kind of, I guess, according to the Duffers, where they break up.
Well, when I first watched it, I definitely did not see it as a breakup, so I was quite surprised to get online and find out that that's what that was. Although now knowing that it is a breakup, it does make sense. But when I watched that scene, I was like, okay, so they're like kind of resetting their relationship back to a kind of neutral ground and they can carry on from there. But now they're just done apparently.
Yeah,
But it was a good
I
scene
thought
though.
that would be way better if they weren't. I don't know. It just doesn't make much sense in the context of the scene. Of course, there's a way for them to break up, and it making sense since like they've had a lot of issues the last couple of seasons. But when I found out that that was a breakup scene, it just made me upset because I was like, that was one of the most beautiful scenes of the show. I felt, and to know that it's just a breakup, like, uh, it's one of the times I truly felt frustrated in the show. Like, same when they did the Hopper fake out death. I feel like that this is like almost as frustrating as that was. I don't know. I just like it doesn't make much sense to me. Even on rewatch, like it just doesn't feel like much of a breakup to me. Like I don't know what they were thinking with that.
I
Yeah,
think
and
the
it's
best
making me
way
feel
I
like some
go,
kind
yeah.
of fucking Instagram Reels user who doesn't pick up on like details. But I swear to God, it did not read that way. And I've talked to other people who also felt that way, so it's not just me.
Yeah, I mean, I think the best way I've seen it described is that's kind of where the narrative was heading. Like for all of season five, they were having their issues and they spent all the time apart in season four, and Jonathan became a useless junkie, stuff like that. But I don't know. That scene just felt like it wasn't a breakup at all, and I kind of hate that it had to be an interview that reveals that to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just treating it as non-canon, but I know in the finale they'll probably, I don't know, do some sort of epilogue where maybe there's a small time jump and I know they're not going to be together and I'm going to be cooked. So,
Yeah, if there's another scene in the finale where they clarify, then I won't complain. But just the fact that the Duffers immediately came in and had to say that feels a bit weird.
Their entire arc in season four, they're kind of avoiding each other. It kind of felt all for it to just lead up to this breakup. It felt like they've been wasting the audience's time. Because why didn't they just break up in season four then? Maybe there wasn't time for that. Kind of. I think they also mentioned they're gonna initially make Will come out last season, so maybe it's something like that where they just didn't have time to do that. But it just felt like a waste of time, especially this season. Like, if they're gonna break up, like I don't think prolonging that brought any great scenes. So I just don't understand why they didn't just do it last season if this was the plan.
Because the
I think
Duffers
they
love to
just
drag shit out.
yeah, I think they just couldn't find any really good way for Jonathan to just wind up in Hawkins. Like it kind of felt like it was leading up to that group going all the way to Hawkins and maybe reuniting, and then they just decided to settle for the piggyback, which is still cool, but it kind of felt like they just shelved that whole group, especially Jonathan in season four. I mean, more people were talking about Argyle, so you know.
Jonathan's been chopped for a while now.
Yeah, unfortunately, but I still enjoy what we get from him. I'm really hoping in the finale we get some Jonathan Will scenes, but who knows what will
I
happen.
think it might be over for the Jonathan Hive.
Yeah,
We
more over than ever.
the coming out scene really should have just been Will and his family. But we'll talk about that more. It's just it really it could have been a great opportunity for that family, which kind of has lacked a lot of really together moments in a while, just to have one. But
Yeah, when was the
they
last time all three of them had a scene together? Fucking never.
maybe season two. I don't know.
Probably.
Because Joyce is just with Hopper chasing Russian stuff all of season three. Like they're not. You don't even see Joyce and what's it called, Jonathan on screen together. I think so.
That's
I think
true.
I think Jonathan might be cooked, but I'm still a fan of his. He's chill.
Yeah, I like him.
Other than that moment in episode 6, I really liked the episode. I thought the pacing, I mean, it did not need to be an hour 15. They had prolonged a lot of stuff in the episode, but I really liked the Steve and Dustin stuff with them kind of like finally getting over their beef, I guess you call it, kind of with like Dustin revealing he's afraid of losing Steve. I thought that scene was like emotionally worked really well. It was like one of my favorite scenes of the season so far.
Yeah, my favorite scenes from each episode of this volume are all Stephen Dustin scenes.
I mean, besides the Steve and Dustin, because I agree with you guys there, it was a very good scene. I think the episode was probably, and I wouldn't be surprised if you guys all agree, it's probably the best one of the volume. It's
Like, I
pretty,
think so, but I still have so
yeah.
many fucking problems.
I mean, it's still pretty emotional. And I honestly thought the part where the Demodogs were in the hospital was pretty terrible. Dude, I don't know. I don't like seeing the Demogorgon, the Demodogs, and stuff like that because they got crazy buffs in between like season one and season four. They're like actual assassins now and shit. But it was cool, and I think I'm gonna say that Karen saving them was also cool, even though Lucas was selling by
No,
keeping a fucking boombox with Kate Bush going on while they were trying to hide from three deadly creatures. But
the Karen scene was the worst thing I've ever seen, bro.
all right, bro, come on, it wasn't
Bro,
that
okay,
bad.
it was fun.
No, it was so bad. I hate it.
You can't even say it's not in character because she literally stabbed a Demogorgon with a wine bottle like 5 times in the beginning of the second episode. Like it's very in character.
Yeah, and then she had a fucking throat slit, couldn't talk, couldn't fucking move, and now 1 day later she's doing that shit.
It's been like 2 days, I'm pretty sure. At least 2 days, at least.
Okay, maybe it's been 2 days.
I mean,
I thought the scene was fun. I mean, if they had to like keep running and escaping from the Demodogs, I guess it could be cooler. But then like Mats would wake up and then it'd be awkward. I don't know. So I think it was still a really fun scene. But I do think it could have been cooler if they like had to keep running from the Demodogs.
I would have preferred literally any other character save a Dave and Karen.
even Ted.
Yep,
Yeah, that's true.
100%.
We need some Ted moments. Where is he?
We do. The Ted Hive has
He's
been
just
lacking
sleeping.
this season. He's actually fully healed, but he just doesn't give a fuck.
I mean, yeah, he didn't look that seriously injured compared to Karen. He just had a little baby scratch on his chest.
Yeah, he's fine.
I saw some people. It felt kind of weird to me because it's just like a different type of scene, but people got mad kind of that where the scene where Holly is lining up the telescope with the cave. People were comparing that to a scene in Rise of Skywalker where they conveniently find something. I don't remember that movie, but I know if they like conveniently find something with some object. But did you guys have any problems with that? I didn't really. I thought it was
I
fine.
immediately thought of that scene, and also surely that didn't lead to anything because she like holds it up and it looks like a cave. So then they start going back towards the cave, but then they just fall in a hole, and that's how they get out. So what was the point?
Well, the lining was kind of they had to back up to the exact spot to make the thing line up. So that's where the hole was. It wasn't a random
Okay,
hole.
gotcha.
It's still kind of dumb. I mean, it's not dumb. I
I don't know.
I kind of
I
over
was just very annoyed at how dragged out that whole plot was. So yeah, I was on high alert for bullshit.
I kind of overlook it, but that whole part where they're exploring the vast, deserts, the vast Nevada desert, it's I don't know. I guess I kind of feel like that was a little bit not necessary because you're
Hmm.
right. They do start just going back to the cave anyways, and they find it there. So I don't know what we needed the previous 20 minutes for, but
Gotta fill time.
I thought it was kind of weird that Matt's was so reluctant to try something new. Like you've been stuck there for 2 years, you might as well try something new that you haven't thought of. I thought it was kind of weird.
I'm kind of miffed that we didn't see more of that Harry or Henry memory, dude. That why didn't we get to see what was in the briefcase?
They're just saving it for the finale, bro.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
gotta drag it out.
we needed 20 minutes of them walking in a desert, but we didn't need 5 minutes of what was in that briefcase or
And then 20 minutes of talking about how brave Holly is and then running up that hill again.
Why does Holly Loki have the same arc as Eddie did? Like how she's like not gonna
I was
like she's
thinking
afraid
about
of
that
standing up. Yeah.
I mean,
because it worked
she has
so
a
well
lot
last
more.
time.
She has a lot more of a reason to not stand up, bro. She has a fire poker and it's, Lord Satan himself in front of her. Like what is she
So
gonna
in the
do?
finale, then she's gonna do some bullshit and die for no reason.
She should have died for no reason in chapter 7, bro. I thought she was gonna go splat on the floor, but
That would have been great.
Henry had to save her.
Yeah, but
when
he's a
Nancy
hero.
Yeah, when Nancy was just like looking super grim, I thought she was cooked. I thought she was like red paint or that she got stabbed through a fire pole or something or like a light pole or something. I did not know what to expect. My heart sank to my stomach for a second when I saw her face.
When they when they initially escape Camazotz, a lot of people like were making fun of how long they were just sitting there talking. I thought the scene emotionally really worked for me. So I mean, I get that there's like they had no urgency, but I don't know, I thought it was a really good scene, so I didn't really care that they're taking their sweet time with that scene.
Yeah, I thought it was a cute scene, but it did go on for way too fucking long, I think. And also the fact that the last time she was in that spot, she failed because she took too long, you know?
Yeah, she kind of just left Holly to get cooked. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, like they show Holly's portal and it's like her with a thing down her throat. And it's like, oh yeah, just go run over to that. Have fun,
Yeah,
bitch.
just escape from that. You're gonna be fine.
Yeah, just run off to the house.
To be fair, what is she supposed to do? Not like what is she supposed to do? Not run back to her body or what?
Accept your fate. Honestly, just accept it.
And then like 10 minutes into the next episode, she's back in the with the kids.
Yeah, that did not work out well at all. But maybe it ties into something. Maybe all of the kids in the finale, maybe they find something that they need to that brings them to the real world, something like that.
Absolutely. They'll be the ones to defeat Vecna.
But my
I
question is
mean, I mean, will I think they will probably, honestly.
Yeah, I'm not joking.
yeah, but my
No.
question is would it just pulling the thing out of their mouths have the same effect, or would they still be unconscious and stuck in the dream world?
No, I think if
Well,
you pull it out, you're good.
to be able to pull it out, they have to be out of the dream world, I assume. Like they can't just do that.
I
Someone
mean,
else can.
we're basing this off of how it was with Will in season 1, right? It was kind of the same thing.
Yeah, but we don't really know if Will was in a dream world during that time because I mean we saw the first scene of the season where he's like running around. He's not in a dream. He's actually living in the Upside
Yeah,
Down.
yeah. Let me see. I think I've seen some information or some concern online where people are using the whole, oh, we still don't know why Will was chosen as a negative against these episodes, against this volume, or against the season as a whole. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I don't think that really necessitates any sort of deep lore explanation. Vecna chose him because he's a kid. He literally told him to his face that kids are weak, able to be molded. Will in particular was super weak, I guess, to him. And it also kind of goes without saying. I think Vecna might have chosen Will as like a quick test, to see how the whole vessel thing works. Like he was just kind of toying around with him.
Yeah, I don't think it's that
Yeah,
important.
they did kind of tease you're gonna find out everything. You're gonna find out why Will was chosen and all this. So maybe this is the Duffer's fault for like hyping that
The
up. When
Duffers
it's not
are
really.
just fucking terrible at promoting their own show, okay? They're
Yeah,
terrible at it.
yeah. They also said we're gonna know everything about the Upside Down, um, and we really don't. We know some. We know more, obviously. Uh, Wormhole reveal obviously is large, but there's so much we don't know. There's like so much we still don't know about it at all. So
I'm,
There's still a whole nother episode, bro. More lore
I'm,
dump.
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be. We could talk about the whole lore reveal, the whole wormhole thing, a little bit more in depth. I think it's cool. I think it's a pretty good, I guess, shaking up, seeing how people see the upside down. I will say in hindsight though, the fact that it's an evil world, like the upside down is an evil world, and it's just a wormhole to another evil world, kind of a little bit, I don't know, takes away from it. Like there's not really anything super interesting that we know about the abyss so far. But hey, we're saving that maybe for the finale. They're literally gonna go into the abyss and try to free those kids, right?
Yeah, I thought it was I thought that scene, the cold open of episode 6 was awesome, like the reveal of the wormhole thing. But then I thought about it and I was like, I don't know. Like, so who the fuck created the Upside Down? Was it L or Will or fucking Dr. Brenner? I don't fucking know. Why does it look like Hawkins? Why is it frozen in time? Who knows? Who cares?
yeah, and who created the matter? Because Brenner had drawings of it. Does that mean he like molded that,
Dustin
or
said he created it. I'm like, what? Why?
well, I don't think he was saying he created it directly. He was like he made L look for Henry, which then created the bridge, which is the Upside Down.
Yeah, but why does the fucking Upside Down look like that? The Duffers are trying to tell us that they had this shit planned out from season 1 and they're fucking lying, okay? I just don't believe it.
And also, I think Hawkins is on. If you did like a map, Hawkins is at the bottom, and on top of it is the Upside Down, and then the wormhole. So that's kind of weird. It's like it's a upside down version of Hawkins. When I feel like it would actually be the opposite, but like that's not a big major thing.
No, what do you mean?
Yeah,
It is upside down.
I think. Well, yeah, it's upside down. Are you being serious?
Yeah, so you go into the Upside Down.
Yeah,
Like, if you go for a thing in the ground, then you pop out in the ground to be upside down. So the upside down is upside down. So it
and
is
then
under Earth.
so it's kind of like if the abyss is on top and you go down, and like immediately below the abyss is the sky of the upside down, because Holly was falling
Yeah.
from there. So then it's kind of like Hawkins is on the foot Like I don't know how to describe it. It's really
Yeah.
weird.
I think the upside down shenanigans is actually just like inconsistent because if you go in for like a vertical portal like Eddie's trailer, then you pop out like actually upside down. But if you go through a gate that's like in a wall, like the Max Z one, then you don't go upside down. It's just like normal. So none of this shit makes sense.
I mean, I thought it kind of I don't know. This is not really a thing you would drop or reveal like one episode or two episodes before the finale of your whole series. Unless like it doesn't sound like they intend to really go into the lore explanations of it so far. I'm honestly okay with that. There's a lot of shows I'm pretty vocal about where like these shows don't have to explain every single thing, either because it's not really part of it or it doesn't affect it. You watch for other reasons. I think I'm more concerned about Henry as a character than implications about the lore of the Upside Down, all this stuff. I still think that the fact that the Abyss is just another evil, scary place is kind of lame, though.
Yeah, I don't really care about upside down lore at this point. Like, let's just focus on giving the characters satisfactory conclusions.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I don't care much about the lore. I mean, I do kind of care because the Duffers have been hyping up everything about the Upside Down will be revealed, everything. But obviously, I'm going to prefer character stuff more than lore stuff in the finale.
We
Like,
have
if we had this.
we have got to stop the Duffers from speaking. Like unless they're
Yes.
writing episodes of TV, we got to take them away from marketing or something, interviews, all that stuff.
Honestly, yeah. And these are the same duffers who spent the entirety of season 3 not touching the upside down at all. So, like, what are they fucking talking about?
But they
Yeah.
did, apparently, the original plan for the show, the Abyss, or I think it was called Dimension X then, was in like the blueprints for the lore of the show. So at least it's not like bullshit they made up, like with Henry, like being there all along.
I'm,
I don't
I'm
know. I don't
curious
believe
about
them.
I'm curious about who made the Upside Down and when exactly it was made, because it's frozen in time from what's it called when Elle contacted the Demogorgon, right? When she touched it,
Yeah,
it's that
yeah.
year. But when she sends Henry flying through space and time during the massacre, it kind of looks like he's going through the Upside Down, right? Like it's a dark place with red lightning, and it kind of eats him
Nah,
and stuff like.
that's definitely the abyss. It's like more
Is
orange.
it? Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I got to rewatch. That episode that was y'all were hyping it up too much, so
Sorry.
Yeah, it's kind of a Hypenor lore episode.
Yeah,
Dear
I
Billy is
mean,
better.
you could kind of tell that the rest of the stuff, the when Henry finds the mind flayer or he finds the particles that he eventually molds into the mind flayer, it's all just what's it called? That is in the abyss. It's all yellow and stuff.
Yeah.
The Abyss is yellow. Yeah.
Kind of. This is just some brief season 4 stuff, but I think it's pretty hilarious. And you guys must have all had the same thought at the time that he made the mind flayer look like that because he liked spiders as a kid. That's
Yeah, it was
just
an
so
eye roll
funny.
moment.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The duffers
Um.
are very silly people.
Okay, so what do you guys good or bad of episode 7, The Bridge?
The Steve Dustin scene was the best shit ever.
Yeah, when he's like, I missed my best friend. I was like, oh man.
Yeah, that scene was so good, and the music was really good, and it was very satisfactory. And I think we needed a lot more scenes like that in this episode, and less random bullshit.
Wait, what would you call random bullshit? Because I thought this episode was like the least amount of bullshit of the three.
Just like every single time all the characters are in a room together, it's just like laughable because like fucking Mr. Clark is there and Vicky and fucking Elle's sister, and I'm just like, this show has too many fucking characters, and I don't know, it just gives me the ick.
I don't know. I love the planning stuff, like how Steve for once like had a plan. I thought that was really cool. And I just like all when they're planning shit. And I think the season 4 planning stuff was better, but I still just love when they're just like hashing out the plan for the final battle.
I agree, but I think this episode was just like a way worse version of season 4, honestly.
Yeah, I could see that, but I don't know. I feel like I gotta judge the finale first because it is really just like honestly, it's like a bridge to the finale, really.
Well, I kind of agree a little bit with HN. It kind of, with the big elephant in the room being the coming out scene. And, normally I wouldn't go too hard on it, but we already had a good, basis or mold for a coming out scene. Season 3, Robin. That was cool. That was natural. That was really great. And this one where he comes out to the whole room of people, about maybe a fourth of which don't even maybe haven't even spoken to him once in the whole show's duration. I don't know. It just I thought they brought it up really cool. I thought the fact that they said Vecna shows Will memories of people not liking him because of his sexuality, his deepest fears, right? That's a really good way to kind of push Will to finally come out after 5 seasons. It's just the way he does it, the way it's shot, the way it's written. I really genuinely can't believe they said they recorded it for 12 hours or did 12 hours of writing and 12 hours of reshoots. I
Noah
can't
Schnapp
believe
is just
that.
that bad.
It
Yeah,
was
it's just
basically they were doing the scene for 12 hours. It doesn't mean they were doing just that for 12 hours. They're probably prepping for other scenes and stuff. But I mean, it could have been complex with that many people in the room.
They
I
were
don't know.
filming reaction shots of everyone else looking bored.
yeah.
Mike didn't give a shit.
No one gave a fuck, bro.
Well,
Yeah, I think
Jonathan did. Jonathan cared.
yeah, yeah. It should have just stayed within the family cuz did we also have to learn from an interview that apparently what's it called? Mike knows based on that very slight facial expression that could have meant nothing that he knows that he was Will's crush
I'm
cuz that
assuming this will be elaborated on in the finale. Otherwise, what the fuck?
yeah, because he said and me once everyone started hugging, but the part where Will's talking about how he had a Tammy, and it just cuts to what's his name, Finn Wolf. What's his name again?
Finn
Wolfhard.
Wolfhard.
Finn Wolfhard. His face, and he's not. I don't know. These kids can't really act with their faces. Maybe just those two.
No, I think it's literally the Duffers just being terrible directors because I think he's a capable actor, but the Duffers are just like giving him nothing. And he wasn't even the first one to get up. It was fucking Lucas who got up after Jonathan.
Yeah, it's just I don't know that scene just and the way it takes place like at the very end of the episode or close to it not very not very woke. I don't know. It's not very woke of you.
I would
What?
I would say I really liked the scene. I could admit that it could have been better, but I think emotionally it still worked. I would say if they had a scene where he comes out to just his brother and mom, and then in the next episode we possibly get him coming out to Lucas and Dustin and Mike, I think that would have been cool, maybe better. But I think we're gonna get more confrontations about that in the next episode.
I think it would have been a much better scene if it was all the people who hugged him plus Joyce, like that group of people, no one else. Maybe Robin, but all the other extra people did not need to be there because I thought the dialogue was pretty good. Honestly, it was just all the random people there kind of soured it.
I think it
If it
was
was just like
definitely
the core people from season
yeah.
one, those people,
Yeah.
I would be pretty happy with it. Honestly,
I think it's probably Noah Schnapp's best acted scene when he's not possessed or whatever. Uh and
that's
I
not
know
saying
that's a low
much.
bar because I don't know how Cinna feels, but he's hasn't been that great of an actor in season 5. But it's definitely his best scene, and I just wish it was better, especially since it's such a contentious topic within the Stranger Things fans. This whole sexuality thing. I'm not even going to talk about Byler, but I know we'll talk about it eventually. But I don't know. It's just Will's such a central character to the whole show. I would say maybe even more than 11 sometimes. And he's just I don't know. I just wish the scene was better, especially since we already have the blueprint for a really good coming out scene. They've done it before, and they just couldn't really capture the lightning again.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
bit of a shame, but it could have been worse, I guess.
I think that's tough because that Robin Steve scene it really works because of those two actors, their chemistry and their acting. Like Steve's realization when he realizes is like so it's heartbreak. Part of it's like heartbreaking, but also heartwarming how he doesn't like get angry about it. It's just hard to like capture that again, like lightning in a bottle, like you said. But I still like the scene a lot.
Especially when you
I'm
have randos
more
like Murray.
Yeah,
yeah.
Murray, Callie, maybe I think Hopper earned his spot, but he also didn't say anything. So like,
Hopper
he's
Wait,
wasn't
just
I
even there,
don't
vague.
bro.
was Hopper there? I don't think he was there.
He
Was he
wasn't.
not
He
there?
was already gone. He
Oh,
didn't go
okay.
fuck.
I have to pull up that edited image where it's like everyone in the room plus like Freddie Fazbear and Jesse Pinkman and all that stuff to actually remember. But okay, yeah, I guess he wasn't there. Okay.
I feel like
Because
he's
he's
one of the
homophobic.
people who might actually give a fuck. Or maybe he's homophobic.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Same
I
with
miss
Erica.
I missed when Hopper and Will had a relationship though. It used to be, it was kind of cool in season 2.
They
Yeah.
barely had a relationship.
Yeah. I
Also, I
like.
thought it was.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I just thought it was funny how they kind of made Will and Matt's reuniting like a big thing. Like they never interacted until that scene. That's their first scene talking to each other.
They talked a tiny bit in season 3, but you are right. But also, it was really cute, so I can't hate too much. Plus, I can fill in the gaps. Like, obviously, they hung out between season 2 and 3 a lot, I guess.
Yeah, I liked it. It was a cute moment. I just thought it was funny because that's really the first time they're like one-on-one.
Man,
Especially when
yeah.
Millie Bobby Brown and Max's reunion is like non-existent. She's just like, "Oh, you're here. I don't give a fuck."
Girl, you brought her back to life at the end of season 4. Why don't you care more? You
Literally,
know?
there's been zero mention of that.
I was thinking about that. Like, wait, how did that happen? How did that even happen at all?
Does Lucas know that she did that? Because she didn't mention it at the end of season 4. Has she brought that up?
I mean, there's been
Zero
18
idea.
months since season 4 and 5, so I would hope they brought it up, but who knows?
Wait, refresh my memory though. How did she even do that? Like, she just said, all I remember is her
Don't worry
saying
about it.
no, and then did she like touch her heart or something? I don't remember.
Some bullshit like that. Don't worry about it.
I don't know, man. I thought there would be. I don't know. I guess I'm happy Max is back because Sadie Sink is one of the better actors when it comes to that group of. What are they? High schoolers now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the scene of her waking up was really nice, but once again, fucking Karen just randomly being there mugging the camera really ruined it for me.
Bro, she's the goat. She's been due for a moment like this for a long time.
No, she
Come on.
hasn't. She's just a fucking
Yes.
background character. She
Nah,
had her
she's-
moment in episode 2. Put her back to bed. I was really worried actually when she was trying to convince him to come with. I thought she was going to join the group, and I was really worried. But thankfully, Mike convinced her to go back to bed.
Her joining the group probably would have been better than Vicky tagging along for no reason.
No,
Why
chill on
is she
Vicky.
there?
Vicky's cool. Vicky's cool. Chill on Vicky.
All right, bro.
We don't
No,
like
no,
Vicky.
No,
we love
I'll-
Vicky. I like her more than 8 and Mr. Clark.
No, dude, Mr. Clark is the goat. What are you talking about?
Mr.
No,
Clark.
I like Mr. Clark as well, but Vicky's cool.
Mr. Clark is so much better, and he provides a functional use, and he has a vested interest in this, bro. He's like the exposition machine for season 1. You know, when they're like, oh, how would this exist? How would this alternate dimension or electromagnetic field exist? I've been waiting for Mr. Clark to step in.
That's true, but I was also kind of mad we didn't really see his reaction to like the upside down stuff. He was like, "Oh,
Yeah, he's a man of science. He should be like shitting his pants or something.
yeah." Honestly, he should be like breaking out into a fucking fit.
Yeah,
I
that's the only
think-
problem. There's just like not time for that kind of stuff because there's.
Yeah, they never show anyone's reaction to the upside down anymore. Like, I'm pretty sure
Was it
Mike went
Vicky
there for the
also
first
there?
time. Yeah, everyone fucking went to the upside down for the first time, and no one gave a fuck. And then they left in like 1 second.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure as far as we know, this is also Callie's maybe first time venturing in the outside of the upside down. I think for the most of her time there, she's been just kept inside of a lab, subdued by the little sound machines. So this is her first time actually being out there, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Who cares about her?
All right, bro.
I would
We're
say
gonna
I
have to talk to her
really,
eventually.
I really loved Mr. Clark and Murray together. I thought it was a great duo.
No, he called her fucking Snookums way too many times.
It was funny. It was funny though.
Murray,
Uh,
I liked him in Volume 1, but I'm really getting fucking annoyed at him now. So he better die.
Nah, dude, Murray's the goat. I don't know. Regardless of his actor, I think he's probably one of my favorite characters in the actual show. He just
Okay.
fits a certain archetype so well.
Well, butter my butt and call it a biscuit.
Yeah.
Wait, I wrote that scene down because I didn't know what he was even trying to say there. I was like, so confused.
He's just saying bullshit. They just put his lines in ChatGPT and is like shoot out some funny lines. Like genuinely, what does that mean?
I don't know.
Bro, he's chill. He's chill.
That's annoying.
There was
What's the-
another scene. I was gonna bring it up. There's like a scene where Nancy and Jonathan says to Nancy when they're like exploring that, about to get to the exotic matter. He says like, "Why did you have to pick up or something?" Do you remember this?
I do remember that. I don't know what he meant by that.
Yeah.
Wait, why did you have to
I still
pick
don't know.
up?
Yeah, I think that's
I
what he
don't know.
said. They're about to go. They're like about to go in like this room with all the melted matter, and he says to Nancy like, "Why did you have to pick up?" I didn't understand what that meant, but I
I
don't
don't
know.
remember
know.
what. I'm trying to remember this scene.
It's just like a
Uh,
random one-off line, but it's pointless.
Yeah.
Is this
Don't
while
worry.
they're mentioning all the fighting stuff, like while they're talking? about
No,
how
it's
they're
just when
disarmed?
they're adventuring in the lab, I think.
Yeah, they found a door, like the melted doorknob, and they go in another room, and it's like the lettering on the door is like melting, and he says to Nancy, why did you have to pick up? I don't know what it
Does
meant.
he mean like why did you have to pick up as in they explore upstairs?
I'm not sure. I was
Oh,
so confused by
yes.
it.
Yes.
Is
Maybe.
There
that
you
Yeah,
what?
go.
cuz yeah,
That makes
maybe.
sense.
Yeah.
Good job. All right, let's talk about The Lost Sister. Let's do it.
I
Wait,
get yeah, that's on
let's.
the
What
list.
about?
Yeah.
Wait. You're done with episode 7? Nothing else you want to say you didn't like? I
The
saw people
ending was
complain that
underwhelming.
they played "When It's Cold I Like to Die" again.
Yeah, that was stupid.
That
I was
was fun.
already I was already pretty vocal about how it doesn't feel that much like compared to I literally saw episode chapter 8 of season 4 like the day before. And that there's that scene at the end where they're playing the Journey song and they're prepping up to go confront Vecna. That scene is like the epitome of what a penultimate episode should be. And it just didn't
Ah,
feel that way for me here. I guess because we didn't see them actually. It kind of felt that way. I guess. I guess we kind of got the equivalent of that scene where they barge into the military complex and Nancy goes full Rambo and starts killing military people.
yeah, she doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I'm okay with that. I think. I guess we got kind of the equivalent. I guess everything before that though, it just didn't feel that much like a penultimate episode. I like the setting up parts, but there's just a lot of too many characters, and the will scene kind of just dragged the whole thing down for me. But I did like when they barged into that complex, Aura farmed, and then 11 just stared at General McKay, and she didn't even try to shoot her or anything, and she just pulled the thing down, the truck lid down.
I
Well,
was
it's because
really
she needs
hoping
her to build more psychics.
Yeah, I guess
I was
that makes
really
sense.
hoping Dr. K would just get run over because I don't want to fucking deal with her anymore. All the military plot is
That
just
fucking
horrendous.
the military plot is so bad. It's the worst it's ever been in the show.
Yeah, it's
Like,
What
why
about
way
when
did
they
they
brought
worse.
do
back that
this?
fucking guy and he had like Gus Fring?
Sullivan?
Oh my
Yeah, I was
god,
like,
dude.
what the fuck?
Yeah, because
And
he
the
was
guy
an
who got,
actual. Oh, go ahead.
and the guy who got blown up in episode 4 is alive. I might have expected it, but it's still funny.
Yeah, and I hate that he's actually probably going to be annoying in the finale. Like he has a vested interest in killing 11 and Hopper now, and he'll probably, I don't know, show up and maybe kill a main character. I hate that
Nah,
he's.
he's gonna have a redemption
Bro.
moment because he's questioning Dr. K. You know, he's like sick of her, so he's gonna betray her.
I just dislike that they're showing him so much, and it's so obvious what they're going to do with him. I'm hoping I'm wrong, and he just immediately gets impaled in the face by Vecna. But I don't know, dude. It feels like they're setting him up to be that last thorn in the side, right when they're about to finish the plan, and then he just makes life hard for I don't
Kind of
know.
like Jason in the piggyback, I guess.
Yeah, I guess, but
Yeah.
Jason was a lot cooler for the social
Jason in the
commentary.
piggyback was awesome. Jason was low key the best villain in the piggyback.
Yeah, because what I don't know, the whole social commentary aspect of, oh my God, they're making the kids satanic and all that stuff. It's a cult. That was kind of cool. But this one is just big bad military guy, and we've seen that a lot in the show already. And it's just I agree with Sin. It's just so weak this season.
I really hope that military base just gets blowed up like 5 minutes in,
Yeah,
but it won't.
hopefully.
I mean,
Oh
if
yeah,
they're
like
if
the
go ahead.
I was just gonna say there was a teaser that leaked in, like there was a scene where there's an explosion. It could be that.
No, that explosion was next to Hawkins' lab. That's the bomb going off.
Bro, I don't think that's in the upside down. It was like the colors were normal.
Oh, never mind.
I don't know if they're really committed to the move of making L die or making L and Kali die. Maybe I could see Dr. K, dying with them, all three of them, or at least Kali and Dr. K. Because she's probably gonna have a vested interest in trying to save them and dragging them out of the Upside Down to keep producing more evil Satan children.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope I'm pretty certain that the lost sister is Bones, but 11 will survive somehow.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. And General Sullivan just going from like what evil military guy the past season, like the big bad. He's out there killing scientists, killing civilians, sending armed men to the buyer's home and just shooting on sight and everything. And now he's just gets his half his face blown off or something. Just I don't know, bro.
He was a
He
terrible
just
character in both seasons.
yeah, but at least I don't know. I could kind of see him being a legitimate threat, and then he just kind of got knocked down. Where's Dr. Owens, by the way? Is he cooked?
He's
Yeah,
chilling.
they've not mentioned that man once. Like, did he just die off screen?
I guess so.
Or maybe he just went home. He couldn't be fucked anymore. Is that not
Because he
worth it?
wasn't even captured by the general's men. He got turned on by Brenner's men. So I don't
True,
know.
but they would have found. But no, but they found him Like
They
right
found
after.
him, yeah, but yeah, I don't know, dude. It's just I feel like he's not gonna show up in the finale, right? He's just
No.
never gonna be mentioned again.
The Duffers, I feel like, are really bad at remembering all these little details. Like they just focus on one thing and then just forget everything else.
Yeah, I would like to say I thought the scene where Holly gets jumped by those other kids was actually I want to say the show gets that scary, but I don't know. I felt it was like pretty intense when she gets jumped.
That was a pretty good scene. Derek should have saved her there.
Yeah, he's a bitch.
Derek
He hasn't done anything.
Derek sold, but come on, man. What was he supposed to do?
Vouch
Body slam
for
him.
Bro, really, he got visions of his dead family, son, bro. No one else got that. Come on.
That's true.
he doesn't even like his family. He's telling him to suck fat ones.
All right, bro. That's just a kid being a kid,
Yeah,
bro.
I
You know
tell
he's
my
telling
parents
you.
that, but I don't want him to be fucking murdered.
I
He
don't
should
know,
have been
dude.
less of a pussy though, because Holly's parents got slimed, and she's still fighting.
Yeah, and they're still alive.
But does she know that? Wait, I don't think she actually knows that yet. She thinks her
Don't worry
parents
about
died.
it. I don't think she does.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
saw when they're like in the memory thing. They're like, she just sees her mom lying on the floor. She thinks she's dead, but obviously they're
maybe
not
she
going to remember
does.
that in the finale.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Anything else on episode 7?
I don't know. I think it might be the weakest episode of the season. Like,
Probably.
but it's not that bad.
Yeah, I agree.
Honestly, I gotta say,
Like, I love a
I
good
gotta
scene
say-
of them planning and stuff, but I don't think it was hitting this time.
I have to admit, it's probably my second favorite of the season. I really liked it.
Oh.
This fucking guy.
I really liked it. I'm sorry, it was really good. I don't know. I didn't have much to complain about it. Like
It's
the
just because
pacing
you're a Will
issues
Byers
really-
fanboy, bro.
I'm not. I mean, I like Will. I mean, not like he hasn't had shit to do since season 2 though. But I mean, I don't know. I really liked it.
Because you're an Israeli.
But it was
Alright,
but it was underwhelming. I can admit that it was really good, but I still think it was underwhelming for a penultimate episode of the entire show.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I was expecting it to be like the best episode ever for no reason. Maybe I'm just an idiot. I really like penultimate episodes usually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
especially for this show.
Yeah, I had pretty lofty expectations because I really liked the previous 2 episodes, but I don't know, didn't hit this time.
Yeah, all the cool like story stuff was in episode 6 mainly, and then episode 7 didn't have enough good character moments to carry it for me.
Yep.
I like all the Max stuff at least. I think she's a really cool character, even though she's gonna do nothing in the finale.
Let's talk about Byler, man.
Viola.
Okay, let's do it.
What is there to say
Yeah.
other than that it's dead?
Thank God.
Well, I thought the reactions were very funny. I mean, honestly, they're kind of let down. I was expecting more crash outs. It's more like this show's not good anymore. It was never good. Mike
No,
was,
there's been some great crash outs. Let's talk about how people think they've like cut scenes from the episodes, and they're
Yeah,
like,
I've been
trying to
seeing that
sign a
around,
petition
like-
to get it released.
Some
And
sort
I
of
okay.
think that-
Yeah, that's good.
Guys, the bridge was originally an hour and 58 minutes long, but they just cut 45 minutes out of
Dude,
it.
they're like taking these fake run times that were released way before the actual ones, and they're saying that those actually existed. That's actually mass level psychosis that we haven't seen in a while in a TV show. Like,
Shout
they're-
outs to whatever dumbass edited those runtimes onto IMDb.
yeah, just Jesus, like they're just
Like
running.
anyone
with
can
it.
do that shit, bro.
Yeah, hilarious.
Yeah, if
But
we
what
had
would
like
these cutscenes
50,
even be?
58 minutes of cut scenes, like that's like what 15 scenes? No, I don't know how much. Like 10 scenes
In an episode
probably?
where nothing already happened.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't agree with that, but like
Yeah.
the episodes are dragged out. I mean, so like I wouldn't even want more. And there's sources for, like they have like details of scenes, and the sources are like not real sources. They like plot. They like, and some of the explanations were like plot inconveniences. Like the reason they're not in there. So just really funny that they're like doing anything to cope.
The
Yeah,
sources,
it's-
it came to me in a dream.
It just doesn't make sense, but it's whatever, dude. It's pretty funny seeing the crash out. I was expecting more Byler, I guess, people like doxing and saying, terrible things about ethnic groups, but I guess it's not happening. I don't know. It's
How
just,
boring.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I mean, I'm glad the dream is dead. Thanks.
No,
I
we
thought
still
it
got one more
I thought it
episode.
was- I thought it was
Byler's
pretty funny.
angry.
I thought it was pretty funny. They were like, "So what? Mike is just an asshole in season 2 and 3 and 4," and like, yeah, he was.
Yes, he's just an idiot, guys. If I will say, if we don't get a one-on-one scene of Will and Mike in the finale where he like recognizes that he hasn't been a good friend in the past, like I think that'll be pretty lame.
I have no doubt in my mind there will definitely be a confrontation between those two. Like, there's no way there isn't.
I don't know. The
If there
Duffers
is-
are pretty dumb.
But they still know we're gonna need that. I mean, I don't know.
I hope so. It'll be while there's action going on. Mike will stop and they'll talk for like 25 minutes.
I mean, that's what the finales are for. I mean, remember like Starcourt Mall and stuff, like
Oh,
the
yeah.
Never-Ending Story, and
Dark
you know?
Mall is
Don't
awesome,
even-
bro. I love
Yeah,
Star.
it
Don't
was awesome.
manifest that. You reckon Susie's gonna show up in the finale?
I think it's
Dude,
over. I don't,
we
I don't
needed
think Susie's
Susie.
showing up.
We needed Susie more than Vicky. I'll be real with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Susie should have been the candy striper at the hospital. Fuck Robin's
Yeah.
girlfriend.
Susie was so she's literally helped that group so many times, you know.
Yeah, she changed.
Well, I guess
Dustin
not so
the
many,
Gray.
like two times, but they were both like world-ending implications. So, you know,
I don't know about the season 4 one.
I mean,
They did.
they needed to find Elle, right? Like, imagine if Elle just blew that up, and then she was alone. She had no ride to get where she needed to go. So I
She
thought
can
it was
just
pretty
keep
important.
blowing shit up.
No,
Yeah, I hope.
you're
I
wrong.
don't think Susie's showing up. I would love for her to show up still, but
I still
feels like
think
it's
she'll be in the
over.
epilogue for at least one shot.
You think Dustin and Susie are still together?
Yep.
Yeah, why haven't they talked at all?
Yeah, Steve should have been like, "How about you stop being angry at me and go talk to your fucking girlfriend?"
Bro is still obsessed with the dude, even though he has a girlfriend. Like, come on, bro, come on.
Yeah, his dude friend dies immediately. Back to his other dude friend.
I know that's gonna piss off some of Cinna's listeners, but come on, man, come on.
Which listeners of this?
I don't know All right, cut this out. Never mind. Don't cut that out. Cut that
we
out.
don't. Well, we don't have any listeners on behind the screen.
Oh, okay. We
got
got
me.
TikTok clip watchers.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually,
That's
the
good.
Byler clip did numbers. It was, got
Yeah,
like
they're
50
gonna-
lights.
They're gonna
Holy
dox
shit.
me if you put that up there. So
I probably don't have time to put a clip out for this episode, but yeah, nothing else on Byler. Probably it's over. Thank God.
Woo.
I think it's pretty honestly though I do think it's kind of sad that they're like this is the queer relationship they wanted. Really, like watch other shows or movies like this. It's not the place.
Honestly,
for it.
yeah.
Yeah, they got heated rivalry going on. Just watch that instead. So
I think they are for like a bunch of Byler fans on Twitter saying they're gonna watch Hated Rivalry now.
funny.
I don't know about this.
So another question I had was, has the show jumped the shark? Obviously, it hasn't. But a lot of the way people are acting, they're acting like these episodes were like Game of Thrones season 8, and I've never actually seen a like reasoning for this, like other than the Byler scene. The coming out scene wasn't that good.
Well, what do you
some
mean
people.
jumped the shark? Because you could say they jumped the shark like 3 seasons ago.
No, they didn't. What was 3 seasons?
Cinna, what is this fucking screenshot of you playing Latino Tokyo?
Hey, yeah, all right, real. Chill out. You're gonna make
Wait,
him
I'll
do work.
explain it. Sure, I'll explain it.
No, you're gonna.
For your loyal
it's
fans.
It's related to Stranger Things, actually.
Oh, here we go.
It was Christmas morning, and I had nothing to do because my family wasn't coming over till later that day, and I was really bored and like just counting down the time until Stranger Things dropped. So I just got on Roblox, and someone just suggested this Latina Tycoon game,
Oh
and I was
my God.
curious, so I played it for like 2 minutes, but there was nothing in the game, so that's the story.
Bro.
And I'll keep
Awesome.
that in the pod. It's not getting cut.
Bro, come on.
They won't
Have
know
some
what you're
shit.
talking about.
Yeah, you're right. Let's see. When it says the show has jumped the shark, I hear that like as two different things. Like I guess we're talking about the quality of the writing. When I first saw that question on the list of things to tackle, I thought it might have been referring to like the scope of the plot or maybe the tone of the show.
That's what I
Which
thought.
like which HN said, it's kind of jumped the shark. People are gonna say season 3. I think season 4 is when they started doing all the California plots and the Russia plots at the same time. Like I thought that was when they started going a little bit crazy. Eventually those things all got a lot better and good and great actually, but that's where I feel like the writing might have been not bad, but they started exploring poking I guess the walls of believability a little bit. I know that's a dumb thing in like a show about alternate dimensions and MK Ultra and telekinesis babies, but that's kind of where the show has felt ever since season 4. I think the writing is honestly still pretty much average, like not average, more like kind of consistent with, I guess, season 3, everything after season 3.
To me,
Still
Yeah, I
pretty
don't
good.
think.
to me, jumping the shark. Don't jumping the shark means the show becomes something it isn't, or it becomes a parody of itself. And I don't think Stranger Things has The only time it's gone close to that, I still like the episode, but the Lost Sister doesn't really feel like Stranger Things. It feels like a different show, even though I enjoyed the episode. And so that's kind of jumping the shark. I think this season, these batch of episodes, even if you weren't a huge fan of it, it's still very much the show. It's in the spirit of the show. So I don't really understand how people are like totally done with the show after those episodes.
Yeah, I don't really dislike. I don't think this was too far off from what we usually get. I still think it's very much in line with the quality of it. I think people are just, being overreacting, and I would have hated to be on Twitter when season 4 was premiering, maybe even season 3, because this probably has been happening pretty consistently for a while within the fan base.
I think
And I
people were
think the
upset at.
never-ending story scene felt like Stranger Things.
Bro,
It's
that was so
awesome.
Stranger Things. That was so
Yeah,
Stranger Things. You don't even get it.
yeah.
Okay.
It's like peak, like what do you call it? I forgot the
Crap.
word. Just like
Shit.
child, like kids acting like kids.
Whimsy.
That's
Porn.
something.
All right, cut that
It's.
out. Cut that out.
I would
Cut
say
that
like
out. Bro.
I would say like adolescence, like very adolescence. Like it felt like they were acting their age in that moment, where they would just like sing a song in the middle of this battle. Like I love that scene. But anyways, I forgot what I was gonna say. I was just gonna pivot to what you guys think of this, how they set it up, the finale in the bridge, like Steve's magic beanstalk, and like Elle and Callie going together and all that.
You guys are going
Well,
to hate me for saying this, but I
yeah.
wish Mike was the one who came up with the beanstalk plan instead of Steve.
Holy glaze, holy
Mike
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 glaze.
should be the one coming up with the plans, not fucking Steve, okay? And Mike has done nothing in volume 2, so he needs a moment.
Well, Mike. It was kind of cool seeing Mike be a kind of a leader role again in volume 1. But I do agree. We're like, I guess we needed more Mike. I guess after he was not sidelined, but more so kind of just useless in season 4. I mean, I was
Yeah, he was
talking with
goaded
this
in
with
volume 1, but he hasn't done much with last few
yeah,
episodes.
yeah. I've talked about this a little bit with some other people, but Mike since season 1 has probably been the worst of the child cast. It's just he hasn't really done much. He's usually annoying most of the time because he glazes L to a fault, and he hasn't really been a leader until season 5, volume 1, and now it kind of he didn't really do anything in volume 2. You're right. It would have
He
been
better get his
cool.
flowers in the finale.
Yeah, it would have been cool if he came up with the plan. I don't think it was necessary though, because I don't know. It would have been cool. I agree with
I don't know. I think it's kind of cool for once. Like Steve is always getting just shit wrong, like kind of being dumb. I thought it was cool that he had a plan for once because he kind of this was kind of put in his mind since he was climbing up the radio tower with Jonathan in episode 1 of this season, I think. So
Yeah,
I
I
just
guess
thought
that
it was
terrible
cool.
scene now has a purpose.
Yeah,
But Steve's had his flowers though. I mean, like in season 4, he went into the upside down and he took a bite out of a demo bat, and he was a pretty much the leader of that group, right? Or I
Yeah,
guess
Steve was
Nancy
fucking
mostly.
leading the show in season 4. Like, let's be
Yeah,
real.
because
And
yeah, but
he was the one who found Skull Rock and shit.
yeah.
yeah, but his role has always been on like bronze than brain. So I thought it was cool that he like figured something out for once.
Sure, whatever. It's not a real problem. But what I will say is that their plan and just overall build up to the finale just doesn't compare. Well, I already said this. It doesn't compare to season 4. And I feel like the
Yeah.
plan for the finale of season 4 was way more like. I like how it has individual stages and stuff, and like everyone has a purpose. Maybe we'll get more about in the finale. Like we don't really know the details, I guess. But I don't know. I just
I'm
wasn't that captivated by the idea of just waiting until the ceiling crashes into the tower and then just like doing it.
I'm not gonna doom post and say that they're gonna mess up the finale, that I don't have confidence in it. I think they know how to write big, awesome action sequences, like certain stakes to a degree. Like we've seen this so many times. The season 3, the flesh monster fight in the Starcourt Mall, that was awesome. Season 4's climax, we all know that was awesome.
Hmm.
I'm sure this will be awesome too, but I don't know if they'll be able to tackle their ambitions of quote unquote, revealing everything about the Upside Down. I don't know about that, but that's okay because I don't really need them to.
I don't know what all the characters are going to be doing because, like, you got a couple of them are going to be up on the radio tower, I guess, and someone's working on the bomb and shit. But like, is everyone else just going into the abyss and like just running around in there? Like,
No, they really
I
only
don't
need
know.
Ellen, maybe Will in the Abyss, right?
Everyone else is
and
just going to be sitting
Kali.
around twiddling their thumbs, and Will be talking about how gay he is.
We're about to get a shot of, huh?
Nancy, Jonathan, and Dustin, and I assume Steve too, are at least on the abyss because we got some images of those in the upside down at least.
Like I guess
That
Remember
haven't
Radio
there's
been
like
shown
Tower?
yet.
there's like a Vecna strike team and a kids saving team. That's probably how, and then the bomb team that is gonna blow up the upside down. So I guess we do have 3 stages or groups of people, really.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
Is
I
Vicky
do have a
doing anything?
feeling. What I got from the feeling of the plan from this episode was that it's actually going to go wrong, and they're going to have to improvise like massively. I think it's
Well,
going to
yeah,
go
it
wrong.
has to. Otherwise,
like
that'd be pretty
always,
boring,
right?
wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think more than ever, it's going to go wrong. Like maybe it does.
Maybe the
emerge.
punchline to Steve coming up with a plan is that it fails horrendously.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty
I
good. Or
I
better than
mean,
Hopper's plan of just flying a chopper.
Oh yeah, that's so
yeah.
stupid.
Yeah. I mean, I'm telling y'all, man, they're setting up that military guy with the scarred face who no one even knows the name of. They're setting him up to be the Thorn. They're setting him up to be the Jason, and it's gonna suck really badly though.
Hopper's going to spend the whole episode fighting him.
They should have just killed bro. They have no qualms with rolling into a military base and having a high school girl, you know, killing like 5 people. Like I don't know why they left that guy alive.
For bullshit.
Can we hate on
More
fucking
scenes.
Carly now?
Okay, let's talk about.
I
I'm not going to
fucking
hate though.
Carly.
You can
Why
hate.
did they bring her back? She's terrible. She serves no purpose. She's pointless. I hate her. She's annoying. Her actor sucks. And Eleven's character is also pretty bad now.
Here's what I would say. I'm glad they didn't really bother trying to make Callie sympathetic. They didn't try and make her like this whole character arc. She's kind of there for a purpose, which is, we'll see what happens. But I don't know, just like that she wasn't
Suicide.
she wasn't a huge part of this volume. That's what I was afraid of. And I don't think she really took valuable screen time away from anyone.
I feel like a good amount of episode 5 was explaining her stupid backstory as to why she was there. I did find it funny when they just killed her like friends from the episode.
Yeah, and I thought the scene was kind of cool. I don't know, it was fine.
And she's really short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked her bickering with Hopper a bit. That was okay.
I did not like that. 2 pointless characters who should be dead.
Yeah, but at least Hopper had something. At least he had something to do, like a beef with.
True,
Callie
Hopper was
better than nothing.
Hopper was an improvement in this volume, surprisingly.
Yeah,
Ellie
barely.
she's I'm not a huge fan, but I don't think we really have to be because she's kind of just been tortured, and I don't blame her for being pessimistic and annoying about the whole thing. I will say, I think it was kind of necessary to bring her back because if they'd never brought her back, do you know how much more awful 207 would stick out like a sore thumb if they just never brought her character back? Or just
That's
killed
true,
her
but
off screen.
it also means you could easily skip it on rewatch like we all do, but now you
Brother,
can't because she's an important character.
We're never skipping that.
Okay.
All we're doing is just watching it before 206 and 208. There.
Okay, that is better, but still.
I am shocked. I'm shocked there wasn't a shit ton of flashbacks to that episode. I was expecting tons of flashbangs like they usually do.
Oh yeah, to remind the audience of what the hell happened.
Yeah, I was expecting tons of those.
They're just so embarrassed by that episode.
Yeah, I guess so.
Can we
Yeah,
place a little bet right now if their little suicide pact, Elle and what's her name? The sister? Is that gonna happen?
Kali.
I already told some friends of ours, mainly Dan. I expect them to do a worse version of the ending of The Dark Knight Rises, where we think Ella's dead, and then Will sees Elle drinking some coffee in like England or something, and they just smirk at each other. I'm like half expecting that. It's gonna be
I am
something.
100% expecting that. She's gonna fake her death, either intentionally or not intentionally, and we'll see her again in the very last scene.
Yeah, it's just
Elle-
kind of yeah.
Elle has gone through too much suffering in this show for them to like kill her off or something. Yeah, and I think what's gonna happen is somehow they're gonna find a way to take the Elle's powers out of her body. Either Callie helps or Will somehow finds a way to do that since he's connected to Vecna. I think something like that is gonna happen so she can live a regular life.
Yeah,
I think that's also a good option.
Yeah, she won't really need the powers after they destroy the Upside Down.
And then the last scene of the show will be her being bullied by Angela again.
Dude, we need Angela to make a comeback, Loki.
Angela should be part of the party, honestly. Her and
Angela,
fucking the bullies from
Vicky.
episode season 1.
the jocks from the first episode. Like, come on.
They all need a return.
Lonnie, bring Lonnie back.
Yes.
We need all of Hawkins to charge into the upside down like Avengers Endgame style, you know?
It's gonna be like that, bro. It's gonna be an Avengers Endgame episode.
No, I hope not. I really hope not, but it's whatever.
Will's gonna say gays assemble, and then him and Vicky and Robin are gonna have like a trio scene.
Yeah. That would be
And Mike.
yeah. All right.
We kind of
We're
talked
done.
about this, kind of,
Yeah.
but like how these episodes stacked up against Volume 1. I think we already mostly talked about that, but
Yeah, we all agree Volume 1 is better, right?
yeah, I'm not going to
Okay.
be contrarian on that one.
Oh my god,
Alright.
I'm shocked by this.
Yeah, same. Yeah,
I
because
don't think it's a big gap though. I don't think it is. I think, you know.
Yeah, I don't think it's a big gap.
Is Sorcerer still your favorite episodes in it of the season so far?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. What about you, HM?
Turbo Trap.
Yeah, I guess that's fair too. That's a pretty awesome episode.
Although I like episode 4 more than I originally did. I think that episode is pretty fucking great, but I like Turbo Trap better because funny house.
I think overall Sorcerer's better, but I would say they both had high highs, but like if you had just had the high highs of Turbo Trap, it'd be like pretty equal episodes.
Yeah.
I still think the first episode it's not my favorite, but it's very underrated. But that's mostly because after watching 4 full seasons of these guys not communicating at all and just doing their own side adventures and eventually maybe meeting up together, which didn't even happen in the end of season 4. Uh, I think it was pretty cool watching the entire cast working together, organizing a crawl. But
I do agree that was
then
cool.
yeah, but then they just kind of mess it up again, you know? Hopper and Elle are just by themselves for, I think, a majority of the season.
Yeah, terrible plotline.
I think the crawl would have been cooler if it wasn't an 18th month time skip. It didn't really feel like the show to me because of like how much time has passed, and they're like acting like this is just another day of them doing the crawl.
It felt
so
like
I
we
don't know.
skipped to season 7.
Yeah,
I think it was a nice little surprise. It almost reminded me of no, I wouldn't say Mr. Robot, but the way it leads into the Wheelers getting, absolutely murked by some random Demogorgon. I think it kind of reminded me of that a little bit. Just like the whole tone of the show felt way different, a little bit more mature. But, I think Volume 2 kind of maybe regresses in that regard a little bit, just a tiny bit, but it's whatever.
And Joyce is still a pointless character.
Come on, bro.
yeah. Joyce sucks.
Bro, come on. She's just eye candy. Let's just be real. Come on.
She's not even gonna be in the finale, bro. She's just staying at home. She doesn't give a fuck.
Well,
Her
yeah.
I
and
hope
Max
she
is
stays
gonna
home.
be playing tiddlywinks in the fucking rec room.
Okay,
Yeah.
so do you have any predictions for the finale? Like bold predictions?
No one will
Other than
die.
the L thing. No one?
No one. No one of the main cast pre-season 5. So the military people can all die. Vecna can die. No one else is dying.
Yeah.
And, sorry. Carly's definitely dead.
Kylie's
Everyone else is
gonna
fine.
die. I think Murray's giving like, I'm gonna ram my truck and make it explode vibes, but maybe that's really it. I don't think they've teased Hopper dying too many times. He literally has died, and he's been brought back. So I don't know. Maybe do we
Crazy
think Steve dies
curveball
at
would
all,
be
or
Joyce.
no?
No, it's too obvious.
Steve
Way too
could have a
obvious.
fake out death, I reckon. And there's a shot in the trailer which Dustin looks pretty sad, but I don't think so.
Yeah, that's what was what kind of led me to maybe think that. But yeah, Steve is just like those characters in other TV shows and everything. They just keep trying to sacrifice themselves, but they just need to get over it. They just need to stop playing hero.
The opportunity for Steve death was last season, so it's just too late now.
Yeah, when he was getting his insides churned out by the demo bats and all that stuff.
Just any time in that season, honestly, or even season 3.
Yeah, I really think it's just Murray, maybe, which is a really dumb prediction.
No one would give a fuck though.
It's just like one of those characters that could die that they think would make an impact and it would not make an impact. Like, I don't know. And maybe
I would prefer no one dies in that because like then the Duffers can say, "Oh look, we did kill someone." It's just the guy no one cares about who's also Israeli.
yeah,
That's how it's
like, I
gonna
don't know.
feel if it's just Callie that dies. Like, really, you bring this character back and that's the only person who dies?
Yeah.
Well, worst case scenario is the ending is her and Eleven both survive and live off by themselves in some shithole somewhere.
She leaves
Yeah.
my 11 over.
Sorry.
Yeah. I think 11 could be Bones, honestly.
Really?
They barely felt like a relationship this season.
Yeah.
I kind of prefer it that way because when they're in a relationship, that's the show usually at its most boring.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, other predictions. I don't know. I don't have much confidence in character deaths, but if they do the episode right, we may not really need character deaths.
Yeah, we don't need them.
I've
Yeah,
never felt like we need them. It's just like, I mean, it could be an improvement if like a main character died because that's obviously like a big emotional impact.
I think they
yeah.
should kill Hopper, then bring him back again.
I don't think there'll be any time. If you asked me before I started season 5, if I thought there would be some time travel shenanigans, I would have said absolutely because they had that
It's too late.
small revelation. Yeah, it's too late for that, but they had that small revelation where like the Upside Down is stuck in like 1983 Hawkins. But then they had the whole wormhole reveal that kind of just took the focus all away from any sort of possible time travel shenanigans. So yeah, it's not happening.
I will say,
I think
one of my
it,
predictions.
I think time travel could happen still. I don't think it's be a huge thing for the finale, but I don't know.
What
Like
would that
the
even look
worm,
like?
I don't know. But the wormhole,
It,
Dustin mentions how it like warps matter, time. Like I
I
mean,
mean,
like
it doesn't have to be traditional popular time travel, like characters going back to the past. It could be kind of like that Interstellar or Attack on Titan type stuff where maybe Elle sends a message to her younger self and young Elle doesn't really know it's a message yet. Like it's a sign or like a vibe or a feeling, something like that. I could see that happening, but it doesn't
Yeah,
make
sure.
really I don't
yeah,
know.
I think we
that
have
that
enough
could
shit going on.
I think that especially could happen since like Vecna can kind of tell the future. Like he can tell like how Will was talking about he gave him visions and like Nancy's visions in season 4. So like I don't know.
The only way I
And both
could
of those
see that,
visions have been false.
yeah, I mean
Were
the
they
only
though?
way I don't know.
He
The
said he told Nancy that like Hawkins would like be merged with the Upside Down, which kind of happened.
Yeah, but he also told her that there'd be a giant monster with a gaping mouth and her parents and Mike would be dead. And he told Will that everyone would hate him for being gay, and that didn't fucking happen. Even Murray likes him.
I mean, the whole time travel thing, I think the only way it might be justified, maybe Elle sends her younger self a message or something, and it pushes her to touch the Demogorgon, and then the Upside Down is created. Because, like, in
Oh
a way,
yeah,
if
sure.
she never creates the Upside Down, Vecna kind of just, I guess he just does fuck shit and figures out some other way to destroy the world. I don't know. Like, they never get a pathway to Vecna.
I
But
still don't know what Vecna's actual plan is. So, because like once Dimension X, once the Abyss and the Upside Down collide, like then what happens?
It's
uh,
over. Everyone dies.
Like on planet Earth?
I
I
still
don't
have
know.
I still have yet to see what needing 12 kids has to do with it.
I
Like
think
a dozen eggs.
Like, I guess the point that they were trying to make with Volume 2 in that interaction with between Will and Vecna, if Will could, you know, carve a whole tunnel system that kind of merges the Upside Down with Earth a little bit, I guess 12 kids could, I don't know, multiply that by 12? I have no idea
Terraform the
what.
Earth.
Yeah, maybe that. I have no idea what the kids' real goal is. All I know is they're vessels. That's it.
Also, what the fuck was the point of that reveal that Will dug the tunnels? Like, okay, who cares?
Maybe that's the plan. I don't know. Terraform the Earth. It could be. You might be onto
Oh
something,
my god,
but
this is some like bullshit.
I have no idea. Do we know what the kids are actually doing?
No.
well, he's putting his like it's hard to describe this, but he's putting his like black stuff in their mouth.
Okay, okay, bro. Okay.
Like he did with Will. Like they're the particles. So
Cum
they're like
particles.
he's like making them part of the hive mind. And I guess that gives him more power. I don't know. I guess we'll see.
What
Yeah,
if
I
Derek,
really.
as part of a hive mind, kills
I don't
Vicky?
know. Maybe this is why I don't need the show to do huge lore dumps or whatever. Because like when I think about the actual plans or lore or whatever, it just kind of starts to not make sense. So I just choose to just let the evil guy do evil stuff. You know, obviously they got to stop it. So
All right, we hiking need to wrap this up soon.
Okay, all I gotta say is the Mind Flayer will return.
All I gotta say is that in the epilogue they will play D&D again, and if they don't, the show is a 0 out of 10.
Oh yeah, no shit.
All I gotta say is they better have a Pink Floyd needle drop, or else the show is a 1 out of 10. I don't care.
They better have a never-ending story again.
Yes. All right.
All right, we can
Any
end it
closing
there.
thoughts? All right.
I have no closing thoughts unless you guys do.
I hope the finale is good. Like, if a finale is good, I can forgive everything else.
I know the finale will be good. I don't think it'll be good enough for me to try to watch it in theaters, honestly.
I hope it's I hope it's good enough to get like into my top 10 or whatever episodes, because so far nothing's come close to that yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
I think it'll be amazing. I have no doubts. We'll be back here probably almost close to a week after the finale drops.
All right.
So we'll see you then.
Dude,
All
no one will
right.
care about, man.
See you next time behind the screeners.
6, 7.